Welcome to the session, updates on CI v2 for Android. Yeah, basically on this session, we plan to cover what we've done in last 6 months on CI for Android, as well as get some feedback on the current setup that we have. This kind of summarizes major things that we've done. We've moved all the jobs to cilinaro.org with Jenkins Job Builder. With this, we track any of the changes that we do for the job. Helps us track on what change actually broke the job. The second thing was to include multiple Lava job submissions. We had a couple of approaches on how we wanted to do that because it was different with the way Android build in r.org was doing it. Finally, we went with multiple post-build Lava job submissions. On the job submission front, we've now hooked up the LCR jobs to Android QA reports, with which I guess it's easier for LMG to monitor the Lava jobs running as well as tracking the results. Even the art guys are anyways the team which is driving the QA reports, so they are benefiting from it. The third thing which we've done is we've tried to configure all the jobs to be commit driven, not just through Gerrit, but as well as any of the Git repositories that affect that particular jobs. Like for Juno, we track the kernel as well as the firmware repositories so that those jobs get triggered whenever the landing team updates those repositories. The last thing we've done is we've moved to, we've updated Jenkins Job Builder to support custom YAML tags. We had a lot of duplication of code in the job files across LCR. Some of the common part was getting duplicated, as well as the Lava jobs that get submitted was also getting duplicated. What we've done there is, with inclusion of custom YAML files, we are able to be sure that same set of Lava jobs get submitted for a particular target for different variants of the builds, like RLCR and MLCR. For IK will submit the same set of jobs for better comparisons. At one of the during one of the releases, we ran into issues where few jobs were not being run by RLCR. Such issues won't happen now. This is the broader classification of jobs that we have. 15 LCR jobs, around 14 art jobs. There are a few 96 boards, ASP builds, as well as Chromium builds, which we do for the Chromium team. Along with that, we have developer jobs based on ASP master, as well as Clang toolchain kind of things, which we do. But I'll just get to one of the links. For each classification, we have separate views so that the specific team can view their the jobs relevant to them. Here on LCR, we have list of Android M and Android N jobs. But if you look at it, Android M jobs have not run recently. We've disabled those jobs, and only Android N jobs are running. I'll just discuss a bit of end of life cycle here. For Android M jobs, we've disabled them, but LMG may want to have bug fixes kind of things added to them, which can be run after enabling those jobs. But after the next Android N release, we'll have confirmation from them and then delete these old jobs. That way we'll do all the cleanup needed and we don't have to maintain these old jobs. At the same point, if you ever wish to add a new job in these, the best thing to do is open a service ticket, and we'll create the job for you guys, rather than you starting with the YAML file, which may sometimes take a lot of time. You can just go for the reference LCR-N build at the top itself. Third one. This is just for the new guys here. On the Jenkins page, you generally have, for each build, you'll have the Gerrit link, which actually triggered that build, as well as the Lava job IDs, which got submitted there. This will help us track which particular.
Not on the
Sorry?
Not on the models.
Not all of them.
Not on the models. On the models, you don't submit to Lava.
We do. Yeah, but these jobs are broken as of today for due to integration issues. And we do have few jobs where we don't have a Gerrit link. These are weekly jobs which we've configured, and they run the largest set of tests that LMG wants them to be run. If a user is logged in, he'll have the build now button to build as well. This is on the UI side for the new guys in LMG team. Yeah, we can get back to the presentation stuff. That is kind of it from my side. I'll let Daniel cover a bit of the YAML definition that we have for LCRs and the changes that we've done recently with custom YAML tags to be used.
Yeah, as we promised on last Connect, we migrated everything from Android build to ci.linaro.org, and now all Android jobs are a YAML file. So basically, every job that exists on ci.linaro.org corresponds to one YAML file. That YAML file may call in another set of include files, YAML files, or build scripts. And this has been done very recently because we noticed that when we moved all of those jobs to CI, there was a lot of duplication, way too many lines within the YAML files that were just copying and pasting across the different job definitions. So Vishal, what he did was create a new, find what the common set of YAML definition was, and use it across all LCR builds, for instance. And same goes for the build script. So the basic set of building the foundation, so to say, is in the builders. It's common to all boards. And then the YAML definition will also include some specific YAML files, for instance, for Juno. And we can see in the, we have one slide here. Can you guys, can you see it? So this is the description of a YAML. This is a regular YAML job definition, very simple. We have seen in the past this definition, and there's nothing new to it. We can see how these are set for permissions, authorization, when this is going to be built, which is to say the triggers. This is timed trigger, so this is a weekly build, but there's also a Gerrit trigger configuration here. This means that this will that whenever there is a change in Gerrit, it will let Jenkins know, so that it can go ahead and run a build for this. That's for Android patch sets, device Linaro common, Linaro Art platform manifest, Android build configs, and LCR member high key N. we're looking at the high key end configuration. So whenever there's a change in there that is merged, that will trigger a build here. And now all of the jobs, which were like 700 lines long, have been reduced to something like 76. In this case, it is including the builders.yaml.inc and the publishers.yaml.inc. We can see that. By the way, this is what you can find within Android LCR for deduplication. And there's a common directory which is for FFP, Hikey, Juno, and anything that may come up. Then specific for FFP, we have the builders YAML inclusion, which also calls builders.sh. And for Hikey, we also have the build info, which is used for publication right, for snapshots. And then for Juno. So we can take a look at under the LCR, Hikey, builders YAML. And as I was saying, there's nothing too special here. Only the special tag, which is Linaro publish token, which will be used for the snapshots. Then the shell, instead of having all of the shell steps, of all of the build steps that are shell scripts, that's being called from the common builders shell and Hikey builders shell. So this is common again to all boards, and this is specific to Hikey. And then we will call postbuild lava. We'll make a change to the postbuild lava configuration so that we can now trigger a new set of tests. This is focus 1, focus 2, and so on and so forth.
Daniel,
Yes.
is there a chance of getting those as post-build other than the build steps? I mean, calling post-build lava as a post-build script in publishers rather than builders.
I don't think that's possible for multiple jobs right now.
Yeah, the limitation is that postbuild lava is publishing only one job submission at a time, and if you move it to the publisher step, you can't have multiple submissions.
You can have multiple post-build steps.
No. It's the way the plugin is working in Jenkins. So the only way would be to change postbuild lava to support multiple submission. That's something, well, but that's a change request. Actually, we can't, but we need to do some development to make it happen. Okay.
Yeah, that is it, what we had. We want to get some feedback from the users on how we can improve CI setup for end users.
And so that's what I was asking. The problem I'm facing with the post-build lava is that when you try to then report the results, the post-build report expects the source, the build job to finish, so it publishes its artifacts. If you call the post-build lava as a build step, then the post-build lava calls post-build reports, and then post-build reports try to get the artifacts, but they are not there, and it fails. So that's why I'm asking that the post-build step should be post-build, because then at this step, the artifacts are already published. And at least I'm not aware
no,
of.
I mean, the only thing you're interested is the manifest, right?
Yeah.
The other way you can get that is we would have already published them on snapshots instead of pulling it from the job itself. If you can pull it from snapshots.
But it's not published yet because it's before publishers kick
No,
in.
the publishing, I mean, the images get uploaded in the build step itself.
Ah.
So they are already there in the snapshots. It's just that they're not archived and attached to the job in Jenkins.
Mm. Well,
I mean,
Yeah,
that
yeah, but
I
the-
think that is much easier for us. We can just
but then
whitelist the IP address.
I don't know if
slave
it would
and-
require some kind of keys to download it or something like that.
Most of the artifacts are publicly accessible, but
No, for
what
the-
we can do is whitelist the IP address of the slave. The machine on which the post build report runs, and it should be able to pull in the manifest directly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, for the credential we have two options. We can whitelist the server you are running, so you can download whatever you want. Otherwise, make it. Do you have anything private on the manifest itself?
Nothing private as such on the
Yeah,
manifest.
so if we
itself.
don't have anything private, we can make the manifest always public, or we can just whitelist your service, and you can always download whatever you want. It's easier for us.
At the moment, I was using the Jenkins thing to copy the artifacts.
Yeah.
So this way, I didn't have to worry what the URL is.
Yeah, right. So if we do that, we need to give back this information.
Yeah, that is something.
Need to publish the URL as a job parameter, but
Yeah.
that's probably doable.
Yeah. Anything from LCR stuff? Yonkin, do you have any requests as such?
Oh, no big question. Just want have a comment. When sometimes I manually trigger the build. I want to have the comment like why maybe I want to record the reason why I want to trigger that build. Not sure if this can be implemented.
We can do that. We'll take it as a request and work on that. But ideally, from my perspective, you need not have to trigger a build manually if in case a build has failed. If a build which is triggered by Gerrit and it has failed, you have a retrigger button which will make sure that the Gerrit ID gets attached there. And any other builds you've triggered, the only reason is you need to trigger a build would be to run all the tests together. I was discussing with Milosh as well. We've covered all the Git repositories which actually need to trigger the build. That way, you shouldn't need to actually trigger a build manually for any reason other than the one to actually run all the tests. That is the goal that we want to have. No need to trigger a manual build. If there are any repositories which we've not covered as part of Git SEM, let us know. We'll add those as well.
Is it not a wrong assumption to expect that we are not able to trigger a manual job? Because let's say we have a build infrastructure for whatever reason, and it fails because, I don't know, it's an infrastructure issue. You still want to have a build to happen.
Yeah, that is true. If a Gerrit triggered build or a SCM triggered build has failed, we still have a retrigger button there that will make sure the Gerrit link gets associated with that build. The only reason is I don't want the end goal is that if we commit that all the builds are triggered based on commits, that'll be the best thing we can provide to users. I mean, we still have support to
we
build
have
manually.
support, but we need to use
Yeah.
retrigger.
Yeah.
Another thing, could we add the build time trend and for that build?
That is there already. I mean, can you open one of the build trend page? If you can go to LCR, one of the builds. Yeah, you can open FP. Yeah, you can click the trends. Yeah, you can actually look at the trends, the build time trends there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Is there, I don't remember the latest update about the Gerrit built verified value trigger. So if the Jenkins job is successful, it does a +1.
Did we? I'll let Daniel answer that. Did we get that thing done?
I think it is enabled for a couple of projects, but I think a few others are missing still.
Okay.
I mean, as such, the support is there. We just need to enable them on the projects that we want. If you're talking about verified link for gitlinaro.org, is that the one which you're talking about?
No, there's a verified tag in the Gerrit. For example, when you have a Gerrit patch.
Yes. Yes, I mean, the thing is, we have that for Android review, and I mean, I'll have to check with Fatih. If I think we worked on.
I think we need to revisit the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made the changes on the configuration, so everything should work. If it doesn't work, you have to tell me.
Yeah, I mean.
We should.
Yeah, we'll
I
resolve
made
that.
the changes, so it should be resolved. Quick question, maybe Miloš know as well. Support for Lava V2 job submission. I'm supposed to know that, but Postbuild Lava, do we support that already, or?
I think if you would have to prepare the job tab,
Yeah, I mean,
the YAML file, the job definition, without any substitutions, because Postbuild Lava will not substitute anything there.
Yeah.
Or it might actually.
Yes, I mean, whatever we have, it should work for Lava V2, but we've not adopted it for any Android jobs
Because
as
we
of
don't have
today.
devices.
Yeah.
Okay.
It should work with like this external
Yeah,
template.
I see. Any other questions?
I think there might be an issue with the Postbuild Lava because it assumes that all the templates are JSON.
That's probably something that we need to check, make sure when we are going
Yeah.
to move to V2.
And it will fail to parse them as JSON, and that might fail.
Okay.
The submission itself, there is no change, so you just submit the string to Lava.
I guess we are kind of done with this. Thank you, guys. Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks.